Let's unpack this with Mosharraf Zaidi in Islamabad. He's a columnist and the CEO of Tabadlab, a policy think tank. Mosharraf, welcome to the program. You recently wrote on Twitter, and I quote, "Ordinary Pakistanis will pay for the shenanigans of the elite." What do you mean by that statement in the context of what we're seeing happen today in Pakistan?
Well, what we're seeing happen today is the culmination of a long, drawn-out process, really that began in 2018 with the ascension to power of Imran Khan, who is, I suppose, still prime minister technically, but who became prime minister in 2018 on the promise of massive and sweeping reform. He has not been able to achieve any of the reform, and he has now essentially descended into one cheap majoritarian populist trick after another. The territory he occupies now is very much similar to any populist playbook territory in which anything and everything will be said and done in order to sustain or secure power. The most recent example and the relationship of this to the ordinary Pakistani is pretty simple. Pakistani petrol or gasoline prices, while all the world was increasing gasoline prices, Pakistani gasoline prices were decreased about 15 days ago as part of a wider sweeping effort to gain popularity at a time when global oil prices and the cost of bringing fuel to Pakistanis was increasing. What's going to happen now is that a caretaker regime or the opposition, depending on which way the Supreme Court goes, is going to have to increase petrol prices substantially. And the pain that Pakistanis will feel is hard to describe. There's a country of 220 million people. We've just begun the holy month of Ramadan. And rather than being able to focus on worship and prayer, many Pakistanis are going to be worried about how they're going to put food on the table.
Yeah, that certainly will be a worry indeed for a country that's already going through economic difficulties. But if these elections, these snap elections, are also held in the coming months, do you think Imran Khan actually has a chance of now winning still?
I don't believe that Imran Khan has the political machinery or the capacity to stitch together independently, the kinds of coalitions that are required to win in a very, very diverse and federated Pakistan. I think Imran Khan will do very well in the election. If it's a free and fair election, he will represent a substantial and very powerful opposition, but not a party that's going to threaten to secure power, and not an individual in Prime Minister Khan's case that is going to secure the office of Prime Minister again.
Mosharraf Zaidi, really appreciate your analysis on the story. Live to us there from Pakistan's capital. Thank you.